How do you do it? That thing you do. Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you?
Hey everybody, hi, welcome to All About the Joy. Hi. It's so funny because I saw you putting on lip gloss. I was like, "Ooh, I better put on some too." During the music, you know what I mean? So we're hoping Rick comes by. I think I sent him the wrong link.
You probably
Can you
sent
just
everyone the wrong link.
I've done it once. Like I've done it once, and you said I always sent. Did you just say I
No,
always?
I said I think you sent everyone the wrong link.
Oh, okay. You have to understand I had a fight with somebody on TikTok today, so I'm on fire. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I know, but then I did a really bad thing, and I just noticed that I did it. We'll talk about that later. But I resent it to him. So
Send it in a text because they probably don't look at the email. To him and
they,
to
Rick, who else
Elma
did you
and
invited?
and
Oh
and
no! Today's Mario's birthday. They're not coming tonight.
oh, that's right,
That's
that's
what.
right.
No. Today is Mario's birthday. We got to sing and everything. Hey Melanie, how are
Hi,
you?
Melanie.
Um, Yeah, we have to sing and everything. So I'm just waiting for Rick. Let me text Rick because I sent him on Instagram. Oh, you know what?
He's
I don't
probably
have Instagram on my phone anymore. So he probably responded. Let me double check. Okay, talk amongst yourselves, Cynthia.
I'm gonna talk to myself.
Okay, he didn't get it. I don't know what to say. Okay, hopefully
Text
he's
him.
okay. I hope he's okay. We'll just wait for him. He'll text me. Well, he'll
Mhm.
look at it. I sent it but via email and I sent it. Oh, here he is. Speak of the saint. How are you? Okay. Okay. Well, okay, but you okay. We have to ask, and so we like, I don't know what to say.
Let's make it all about the joy now.
Okay. Melanie just said I didn't see an upcoming broadcast on Rick's YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh, you know why? Because I just sent it like 20 minutes ago. So I didn't. Usually they do that because I sent it like the day before or something, but I really was last minute today. So, yeah, that's so funny. Okay, Rick, we won't ask you how you're doing. We'll make it all about the joy. So Cynthia was about to share an update from the
Yes.
office, and I stopped
Up.
her so that we could go
Yes.
online first.
So, all of those who listened to our broadcast last week about my incident at work, so the update is security looked at the camera footage and didn't see anything suspicious. And I was just like, I was just so annoyed. But on the good side, the head boss is actually going to get in contact with the sergeant, one of the sergeants from Boston Police, who she knows, to kind of see what we can do and go further with it. And they're also going to look at into getting me some type of like keypad on my door or panic button, things like that, in case of
Wait, they
anything.
didn't get a lock for your door yet? I thought that was last
We
week.
have a lock. We have a key lock. But
Mhm.
during the day, it's open because everyone comes in and out. But they're probably going to do like a keypad where you have to tap your badge now
Yeah.
to get into the office rather than just a key.
Wow. So they looked at all the security cameras, but they didn't see anything in the area that you
So they
needed to
say.
get.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't
So they
trust
say.
them. Okay.
Nah,
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm overly bright. Is that better?
No, you look
You look
good.
fine.
They didn't see nothing or just too lazy to really look? Because that's hard to believe.
Right.
You see nothing, nobody
Right.
that's supposed to be there. Come on now.
And in my head, I really wanted to ask them like, can I look at the videos? But they probably won't
Right?
let me because it's like, yeah, if this person is just gonna walk in, obviously they're not gonna look suspicious. It's not after hours. People are always coming in and out. You know what I mean? So nobody would look suspicious coming in there. So, but I don't know what they were looking for.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's not really an update I was hoping for. I thought it would be like, and we
I
caught
know.
him, and I got all my money back except for $20 because he used it for something, and like whatever.
I
Something weird.
wish, but
Okay. Well, that wasn't a
yeah.
update. I'm sorry. All right. Um, Rick, I feel like I can't ask you anything. Let me just say this. It is Mario's birthday today, so Rick has agreed to sing for him so that when he does watch, he will know that you sang.
Well, he actually came on my broadcast, and I kind of did it already. So
Oh, you did already?
Aw.
I can do it again if he comes.
Wait, he was on your broadcast? No, he was in the chat.
Mhm. No, yeah, he wasn't on the video. No, he was in the chat. Yeah.
I was gonna be like, who do you let up on your show? I don't remember you letting anybody up on your show.
I don't have
So,
restrictions.
well, I think you should sing again just because now I'm pissed that you did it on your show and not on ours.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was coming on today or not.
No,
You know,
that he wasn't coming yesterday or today,
Mm.
because they're celebrating his birthday or something.
Okay.
Okay, so you're not
Cool.
gonna sing again?
Sing what? Is he here?
No, but I want him to see it. I want him to see this is.
I want you to
Oh,
sing, so then that way
I
when
want
he
you to
watches
sing
it,
so we
I'm
have
not
it.
gonna
So
be in
when
the.
he watches it,
Okay. Okay. You ready?
go ahead.
Me. Just kidding.
Me. Oh, okay. We're your backup singers.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mario. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. Yeah. I like
happy
I like
birthday,
the
Mario.
better. What?
I said, happy birthday, Mario.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Mario. No, I'm just kidding. Like we have whatever, Mario. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, okay. So what else? I know we have some other things to talk about, but I just want to touch base with Rick. So you good?
Okay, so there's times where, for no reason, because I was very nice, mom just gets in a combative mode, and she's in that right now.
Yeah.
Refuse to go to bed, calling me names, saying all this stuff that doesn't make sense, just stuff from the past. I'm like, somebody's coming here, nobody's coming here, it's nighttime, and everything she said made no sense. And I'm like, I'm trying to get her to go to bed, trying to get her, and nah, it didn't happen. So I was like, all
Is
right,
it getting worse? Is it getting worse?
it just depends on the day. You never know
Yeah.
what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Life
that's
is like a
dementia
box
for
of
you.
chocolate.
I'm sorry?
Life is like a box of chocolates. You
Yeah.
never know what you're gonna get.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep thinking of you. I'm sorry. I feel bad. I don't know what else. If I had a magic wand, I would lend it to you.
I just gotta keep an eye on her. It's so precious.
Only half a day though. Only for half a day.
Every time we bring it up, it gets less and less. So I don't even say nothing.
No, I just said a magic wand. I would lend it to you for half a day. So you'd have to get it really quick. This ain't about money. No. Okay, so Cynthia, we were gonna talk about something else. So you both are now watching This Is Us, right? Oh, wait, Cynthia, were we gonna talk about something else? I forgot.
No, I think it was just a show.
Okay. Where are you at and where's Rick at regarding the show This Is Us?
Okay, so there's 18 episodes in each season. I'm on season 2, episode 14, I think, or 15.
Wait, you saw episode 2? I mean,
I'm on
season 2,
season.
episode
I'm
14.
on season 2. Yeah, I believe the.
You did not. If you saw episode 14, you would know if you saw episode 4. It's a very I think so.
So I think I just ended 13 then.
Okay,
when
right. Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
the crock pot.
The crock pot. Right.
It just started.
Yeah. So you only saw Rick. You've only seen the first episode, right?
Yeah, and I don't want to spoil anything, but when I got to the end, I got shook when I figured out, wait, this is actually all related?
Okay, wait.
Yes.
So, here's the kind of person I am, and I know you guys are not going to agree. So we're talking about the show This Is Us, and most people have either seen it or there's no spoilers. Like you can Google it and you're going to know what happened. Like it's not like a show that's out right now.
I know it started 2016?
Yeah, it was 2016.
I didn't know it was
Yeah.
that old. I had no idea it was
It's
that old.
old. It's not like it
Wow.
came out last week. He's like, no spoilers. I'm like, it's like
I'm gonna get mad.
Tony Stark dies if you don't know in Endgame. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. Like, Iron Man dies at the end of the Avengers trilogy there. I'm a spoiler. But Do you see how the trailer did not do it justice because it
Yeah.
doesn't show you? And I didn't want to tell you guys because I knew you'd at least watch it. You promised me you'd watch the first 2 episodes or whatever. And
Yeah, with the trailer, I thought it was just the story of
family,
four different people who end up somehow knowing each other, not realizing, oh, wait, they're siblings.
right? Well, they become siblings, and it's the mother and father, and then they're triplets, right?
Hmm.
And it's pretty fantastic how it happens. And yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah,
And
great
oh my God,
storytelling. Yeah.
yeah, even like later in life, all the connections from, yeah, from the dad to the son to it was amazing. It's amazing.
It is a great show. Yeah. So, Rick, do you think you're going to watch any more of it, or you're not sure?
Yeah, yeah, I will.
Yeah. Okay, but Cynthia, now you are crying almost every other episode, right?
Oh my
After the
God,
first,
yeah.
I told you.
So it was funny. So the first episode, I was crying because of the ending, and because I thought it was so adorable, so cute. That that they ended up being triplets and stuff. And then I was okay. Episode 2 through 9, I was okay, just watching the show, not crying. And I even texted you and said, "Oh my God, the show's great. I'm on episode 10." You're like, "Are you crying?" I'm like, "No, just the first episode." You're like, "Really? Okay."
Well, that's when I
And
had to
then
Google the cry. Like I had to Google where you were at because I haven't seen it since then. You know.
and then episode 10 came, and from there on is every episode I'm crying.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. So for people who don't know, I am going to share what happens in the beginning episode because it's a show called This Is Us. It's really great, and you have a couple who are married, and she's about to have triplets. She goes to the hospital. She has the babies, and one dies, and it's sad and horrible. But the doctor, who I love, that actor, I think he has actually since passed away. I think so. I don't know.
Oh.
But he tells Jack, the husband, he says, love the ones you got. You know what I mean? Like you're never gonna get over the one you didn't or whatever. But
Mhm.
and then I forget, and I do forget because I haven't seen it since when it first came out. The how is it that
He tells him like a kind of like a story, and he like basically telling him, remember the third one, even though he's not with you,
right,
remember him.
right, right,
And
right, right, but I'm
and
trying to
and
figure
all
out
about the lemons.
how we get the third baby. How do they end up adopting the third child? I forgot. You guys just saw the
The
pilot.
third one was left at a firehouse.
At a firehouse, that's right, that's right.
Yeah. And the firemen brought him to the hospital, and it happened to be the same time she's having her babies. And so when he goes to the nursery to see the babies,
Right,
he sees the fireman standing next to him, and he's like, "Oh, which one's yours?" He's like, "Oh no,
right,
I brought this one in. Someone left him." And
right.
then the father is thinking about the story the doctor told him about, making lemonade out of lemons
Oh,
and stuff
that's
like
right,
that.
that's right, that's
And then
right,
he's still bringing three babies home.
right. And then
Yeah,
So,
it's like when you say it like that, it seems so odd. Like it seems, but when you watch it, it's like it totally makes sense because they were set up for all three kids. You know what I
mhm.
mean? And it doesn't mean because you take this one in that you forget the one you love. And then it comes up again, by
Right.
the way, I mean, of course it does. But the third baby is Sterling Brown, who is an incredible actor who is also starring in the new show on Hulu. This is how this came up was Paradise,
Paradise.
which
Yeah.
is such a great have you seen that, Rick? No, you guys haven't seen Paradise yet.
Not yet,
not
no.
yet.
No, it's so good.
What was really cute, with the babies was they had already had 3 outfits prepared for them, and then
Yes.
they pan the babies, the 2 white babies, and then you see the 3rd baby with the same outfit, and it's the black baby. I'm like, oh, you're
Yeah,
gonna take that baby too? Like that's when you realize, oh my
Yes.
gosh, yeah.
It's so cute.
yeah. And
The
it's
big
great
three, they call them.
because it's great because then they like in the whole show, not the whole show, but the whole story, the way they
Mhm.
do it is they do it by flashbacks. And
Yeah.
so you see them grow up and you see all the things that come into play with their interactions about how they learn to deal with each other and whatever. So it's really remarkably done. And the Dan Fogelman, I believe, is the creator of This Is Us, and he's also the creator of Paradise.
Mhm.
So There's a lot of the same kind of crossover people doing that. So yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are liking it.
Other
Finally.
the other mic drop moment is like right at the end. The
of the pilot.
one that's obese is with a date, and then the brother who just quit the TV show because he couldn't stand the show, whatever. He fell asleep, and then they show a picture of the brother, the sister, and the other black guy that we had seen. We're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Like it's
it is!
them.
Like, I didn't know. They didn't tell us. Like, oh my god! It's like
Right.
mic drop.
Yeah, because that's how they start doing the flashbacks, right? That's how you start to understand that
I was
that's who
like,
they are.
this is genius. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? It is
It's
genius.
really
It's also
good.
genius filmmaking. I mean, I know it's television, but it's the same thing. It's the writing is superb, and there's no flaw in any of the acting. The acting
Oh
is
yeah.
smooth. It's like
Even the little kids, the little girls. Oh my god,
all
they're
of
so
them.
cute. So
All
cute.
of them, and it just gets better. I swear to God, it's
It does.
annoyingly better afterwards. And the ending of the whole series, forget it. Like I thought they were gonna mess it up, and I won't tell you anything since you guys are you're gonna watch it. But I have to tell you, it just. I mean, bawling the whole time. Linda said, "Hi, everyone. Happy Friday.
Oh.
I would stay in chat, but I'm on season 6, episode 6. Gotta keep going, guys. You gotta keep going with this.
How many
It's awesome.
seasons
And
is it?
yes, tear jerkers and
6.
whatnot. Okay. Have a great night. Go ahead, Linda. It's okay. It's okay.
She's way ahead of us.
That's awesome. Well, she had mentioned it last time that she was watching it, so that's really funny. Yeah,
She's on
it's
the
a
last
great
season.
show. Yeah, it's a great, great show. So, what else is going on with you guys? What else is going on?
Not much. It was a crazy week. It was just busy, busy, busy.
Yeah, we had a fun time with our interview yesterday. We were all pretty surprised.
Yeah.
So that'll be good because we'll air that on Sunday. I just downloaded all that information and I don't want to listen to it again, but I'm gonna.
That
Everybody
was really good.
Yeah, it was a good interview. It was fun. It was with Christy Holt, and she's a coach. No, she doesn't like coach. She doesn't like using coach.
Mentor, she said.
Yeah, mentor. But she really helps people with relationships, and she has a lot of information to share. And she shared a whole bunch of it yesterday, to the extent that in the green room, Cynthia was like, "When Carmen doesn't talk, that means it's really good." Like, I was like, we were just really intrigued and like,
We were.
so that'll air on Sunday. I have to edit it. I'm gonna do it tonight and tomorrow. And
It was like little kids just watching their favorite show. We're like,
really? Oh, well, I should ask a question, right? Like, so it was good. Yeah, she was really, really good. So hopefully we'll have some other interviews. I have tentatively some other interviews set up for April, but we'll see. I haven't done anything concrete yet. You know what I mean? So seriously, you guys got nothing else for me? We can end it now. It's only 18 minutes in. I'm good. I didn't invite anybody else this time because I thought you guys would have so much more to share.
well, how was your day? You said you were fighting with somebody.
Oh, okay. All right. Here's the secret. I'm going to say this low. I'm just going to say this. I wasn't fighting. I mean, I was. Okay. No, I'm not. All right. I'll tell you the real problem. When I came home, I have a next door neighbor who subletted their apartment or something. You're not supposed to do that. It's illegal or whatever, but people do it. Like somebody has an Airbnb here. You're not supposed to do that.
Oh.
Whatever. But our landlord's an idiot, so I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm just being honest. He's stupid. So he's not going to do anything anyway because he's getting his rent. And he doesn't live here. So he doesn't care. You know what I mean? So anyways.
Right.
But this little old lady, that's what I was telling you. There's like an old lady, but she looks like tough, like Boston old lady. Like,
She
you know
looks
what I
rough.
mean? Like, she looked rough and everything. I don't know. But she keeps talking on her cell phone, like right in front of my door. I'm on the first floor. So so it's my living room and then my office, right? So it's like an open floor thing. So if you're in front of my living, I can hear you like you're inside my house. you know. But I didn't want to say anything because I'm like, okay, she sound mad. And she looked rough. I ain't gonna fight with her. I'm not gonna go there. So, and she was like, I went to the hospital and they did this and they did that, and then the ambulance, and what's wrong with these fucking guys? I'm like, whoa. So I put on some Kendrick Lamar, Luther, just to like,
Trying to mellow.
music. Well, just mellow, but also like if she could hear the music, maybe she'd go move on. She just got louder. I was like,
Oh no.
so I was like, okay, that's not gonna work. And then a part of me was like, I just want to, like, if I go out there and tell her, like, could you not? Because we all know that, because we all live here. Even the people next door know that their business on their patios that face us is way too loud. So like after 10 p.m. they kind of stop. It's like community living,
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm getting really stressed out because I'm like, I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to get ready, whatever, for the live stream. And I'm like, then she'll be gone. She wasn't gone. And she was where she was like crying, but she was mad. And I was like, I ain't going out there. This fucking word. I'm gonna let her do whatever. If you guys can hear her, I don't know, but I don't know. She ended up leaving, but I was trying. I was debating for like 45 minutes to go out there and say something to her, but she'll kick my ass. Little tiny woman too. Like,
those are the tough ones.
Yeah.
No, what I was saying was I was fighting with somebody on TikTok. I did something I shouldn't have done. I know. Okay, it's not going to surprise you guys though, because you guys are going to be like, Carmen. You know what I mean? Okay. You know what? I'm going to use this time to do a public service announcement. I'm going to do a little TikTok later about it, but since you guys aren't chit-chatty, I will be. But please feel free to ask me any questions or interrupt at any time. Okay? So yesterday on TikTok, there is I don't want to say he's an influencer, but he has a lot of followers or whatever. And I was listening to him, and he was talking to, this isn't a Trump thing. So even though I'm going to bring it up, it's not a political thing. The PSA is later. He was talking to a Trump supporter. Like, so he had the stitch on, when you do a stitch, like, so the Trump supporter person is talking about how Trump said, I'm just going to tell you straight up, Trump did not say this. I'm happy to blame him for a lot of things, but he did not say this. But the stitch he was doing, the person was saying, Trump is going to change Washington, District of Columbia to District of America. And he's doing it and blah, 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 blah. And he cut her off and was like, okay, first of all, you're an idiot. Like, second of all, how do you not know that that's AI? So somebody generated that. It's AI. It wasn't true. Now, here's the interesting part. No one would question it because he did change, or at least for the United States, Gulf of America to, Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. So it's not like crazy, you know what I mean? Right. So the influencer guy is doing his thing, whatever, and he's valid, blah, blah, blah. And so I decide to stitch him. And I stitch him because the bigger problem here is, and here's where the PSA comes in, is the reason why you would know it's not Trump saying it, because even Trump or somebody on his team, I can't even give Trump this credit, but somebody on his team would say that's a bad move because of the history of why it's called Washington, District of Columbia. And what I realize is most people don't know why it's called Washington, District of Columbia. Now, I had heard about it when I was a kid, and I was like, let me just double check. Let me go do my research. So I did. I went to AI first, then I went to Google, then I went to the History Channel, then I got my resources, okay? And then I did my TikTok, okay? So here's basically what my TikTok is this. Washington, D.C. is a district because back in the day, in the 1700s, they didn't want to establish a state to have power, right, that handled the government. So they made it a territory. And so this territory is the district. It's called the District of Columbia. And the reason why it's called District of Columbia is because back in the 1700s, they were using the name Columbus. Oh, hey, Mr. Dawson, happy birthday.
Say hi to Mickey for me.
Oh my God, Disneyland. Okay, but that makes sense. That makes sense. So the District of Columbia So back in the day, Christopher Columbus was associated with America, right? It was kind of this air that was going around. And so they made it into Columbia to make it more of I don't want to say female. I forget what the word is. Wait, let me look it up. Let me look it up for you. Because I don't want to say it wrong. Let me just see. Because I have all my research right here. Okay. Let me just see here. All right. The name Columbia in the District of Columbia was indeed derived from Christopher Columbus. During the late 18th century, Columbia was a poetic and patriotic term used to represent America as a whole. It symbolized the new nation's identity and aspiration. The name was chosen for the district when it was established as the seat of the federal government. And Washington is, of course, based on our first president, George Washington. So that's why it's called Washington District of Columbia. So anybody that would go and change that hasn't even looked at the history, because why would you change it to District of America? It's all about America. That's the whole
Right.
point. It was to honor Christopher Columbus. I'm doing quotes because we all know the history of Christopher Columbus. And if you don't, go look it up, okay? Because there's controversy. So I did a TikTok today and said people should learn what things mean before they start talking on it. And there is something weird about people who are just like, yeah, whatever Trump says, like, even if it's AI, she's like agreeing with something that makes no sense because she didn't even take a moment. You know what I mean? All right. So I did that. I put that post up and I knew this was going to happen. So somebody came in and was like, you better learn. Oh no, you should learn how to do Google better, because it was the Freemasons that named it after, what did they say? The goddess of Columbia. It was like, oh my God. I'm like, so I
God.
just started laughing because I'm like, okay, they tried to clap back. And let me tell you, I don't have TikTok on my phone. I mean, I do, but I don't have the alerts. You know what I mean? But for some reason, the minute they posted this, I saw it right away. And I was heated. I was like, boom, boom, boom. And the thing I did that was bad is I was like, bitch. You know what I mean? It's like I said, I don't mind if I do that and it's playful or whatever, but this was from a place of like, yeah, I know my shit. And that was mean. But when I went to edit, I thought I edited that out. Okay. Cause you do your thing. And then, and then you go in and edit, but I didn't edit that part. I thought I took that part out because I let the emotion let me do the TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So when I posted it, like right away, people were like, hey, whatever, liked it or whatever. And I was like, yeah, it was good, huh? And I was like, oh man. I don't mind swearing, but not when it's from a place of like, like I don't mind doing the recording with the energy, but usually I go in and edit some of that stuff, So yeah. I'm gonna leave it up though. I'm gonna leave it up because the point is still taken. Yeah. So PSA. Here's the PSA. People need to, and I'm gonna do a TikTok later on this. Oh my God. PSA. Get a real computer with a real Wi-Fi. No, so what's going on with you? We don't know. Okay.
It's ever since they updated his internet.
I know, right? It didn't happen yesterday, though.
No.
I'm really proud of you
No.
yesterday. Yeah. Here's the PSA. I think, and I'm going to do something on TikTok about this because I think it's important. I think people need to know how to research because I don't think people know how to research. So I gave them props for going to Google because when you read the articles, like there were a whole bunch of articles, if you Google it, you can go, especially if I could go to like Wikipedia, which again is just one resource, but it's not the be all end all. Wikipedia is something that a lot of people write into. So you don't want to use that as your resource, but you can find references in there. That's a good thing for. But you have to
Google. They have Google Scholar too.
Yeah, you can
that has all peer-reviewed stuff.
Yeah. But here's the thing, you have to read. So this person literally read the top line or whatever and was like, aha, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, no, baby.
Bitch!
Yeah, I was like, bitch, I'm explaining something to you, okay? Yeah. So you have to read. And I think we've gotten away from that. Like, I remember, I know I've said this a million times, we used to go to the library Like,
Mhm.
I never
Mhm.
remember doing like a report or talking to somebody or whatever and not having facts to back that shit up. And now we have all the resources at our fingertips and we're stupid, we're dumb, we're lazy, we don't do the work. We just
Mm,
don't.
yeah,
I
and
had 4 resources, huh?
it's right at our fingertips. So what's our excuse?
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is a TikTok on explaining on how I do it because I it might be too much work, but this is why I don't talk about what I don't know. So the first thing I
Mhm.
do is I Google it, right? Google is the easiest thing because you can Google and find things like Wikipedia or whatever, and they have references. I don't take Wikipedia as the information source, but if they have if you go down to the bottom of whatever you're looking for, they have all of the references there, and that's where you can
Mhm.
find some legit links. You know what I mean? Also, you can go to places like Snoops or Snopes. Is that what you call Snopes to see if
No.
something Snopes? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Snopes.com because they can tell you if something was actually true or false, and they also will give you references as well. And then one of my
Mhm.
favorite places to go to because it's so easy to find stuff is the History Channel. You know,
Mm,
like if you go to the History Channel, not only can you find them doing a whole documentary on on why Washington is named Washington D.C. That was like the third thing I found. I was like, why didn't I find this first? You know what I mean? Because I would have linked to the fucking video. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I would have figured out how to do it because I still don't know how to do it on TikTok. But that I always have 3 resources. Like if I'm a clap back, I rarely clap back. I wasn't clapping back till this guy did this or whoever it was. Um, but if I'm gonna, I always have 3 resources to throw in someone's face, you know.
mhm.
And I think we need to get back to that,
Mhm.
you know. But I didn't mean to say bitch. That was, I mean, I said it, but I didn't mean to leave that in the edit. So I am a little sad about that. I'm disappointed in myself about that. You know, so.
It's
Mm.
actually a biblical concept, believe it or not. It says, "In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses is a thing established." So basically, don't just believe one person. Get other people to agree that say the same thing.
I thought you were gonna say it's biblical that I said bitch. I was like, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? I needed that. Yeah. I mean, but you know what? So many people don't do it though.
Mhm.
So many people. Most
Yeah.
people do not
Most
have
people
backup
don't.
for what they believe. You know.
I saw something today, also historical significance that I never. Maybe you guys know this. I never knew this. And this has nothing to do with now. Supposedly, I heard France wants the Statue of Liberty back, which is that even true? That's crazy. But anyway,
I
this
think
is
they should
about.
take it back, but go ahead.
So apparently, in the original designs, she wasn't holding a book. She was holding broken chains because Statue of Liberty represents freedom, broken chains. We're not slaves anymore. Blah blah blah. And then they changed it. But she was like, this woman, it was a black woman, and she's like, I know what I'm talking about. I know I'm not crazy. So she went in there and she was trying to find amongst all the historical blah 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 background of how they made it, yada yada. Oh, and she asked, could she? Well, I'm going too fast. So she found the original plans like behind something where you couldn't even see. Like you, she literally was searching like a detective, and she found
Mhm.
it. She's like, there it is. So she asked if she could go and take a picture. So what had happened was the guy that made it, they said no chains. He's like, okay, but he was sneaky and he did put chains at the bottom of her feet and she was stepping
Mm.
on them. So she wanted
Mhm.
to go take a picture of that, and they
Mhm.
told her she couldn't do it. I was like,
Are
well,
they
why?
there? Is it still there? I'm confused.
That's how they made it. It is there. Like
It
if
is
you
there.
Yeah, I
look
think
and zoom
it's
in,
under her feet.
yeah. So I
But
was
the
like, I
Statue of
never
Liberty
knew
is
this.
huge. How could you just go in and take a picture? You'd have to do an aerial shot, right?
I don't know.
I'm confusion.
I don't know.
Um, yeah,
But I
no,
never knew.
so I just Googled, I didn't Google this, I asked my AI. Recently, a French politician, Raphael Glucksmann, suggested that the United States should return the Statue of Liberty to France. His comments were made during a speech at a political convention and were intended as a critique of certain US policies and actions. However, his statement was not meant to be taken literally. It was more symbolic, expressing dissatisfaction with how he perceives the US is handling the value the statue represents. Okay, well, let me look at this. Wait a minute. I'm going to put up chains. Are there chains?
Well, you
What?
would think, that's something that we would have heard about. But I'm like, why
What?
do we need to hear this?
Let me just see.
You found it? Oh yeah, yep, that's it.
She's stepping on them.
Yeah, so I'm confused, like what she means, like take a picture. That's the part I don't understand. Like, why does she? Like, if it's the statue's huge. It's
Yeah.
huge.
You definitely would have to get an aerial view.
Yes, there are chains on the Statue of Liberty, but they're not immediately noticeable to most visitors. At her feet, the statue has broken chains and a shackle symbolizing liberty and freedom from oppression and tyranny. These broken chains lie near her feet as she steps forward, representing progress and the triumph of freedom over bondage. It's a subtle yet powerful detail in the design, reinforcing the statue's role as a symbol of hope and liberation. And then it's like, Carmen, let me know if you need more information here. Thank you. Thank you, Frederick. I call him a different name every day. I guess I'm missing the part of the story. Like, did she think they were not visible?
Or was it like a original picture of what his
I think
original
she's
design
trying to
was?
say that who is trying to obscure this knowledge and why?
Oh,
Like,
I don't think I don't know much about the Statue of Liberty. I mean, I've been to it, but I don't, you know what I mean? But I wasn't surprised that there were chains on it because I mean, the whole symbolic thing of the Statue of Liberty is pretty fantastic, right? Even the basics of it. So I guess I mean, I wasn't surprised that I didn't know where the chains were, but I wasn't surprised by it. But I didn't think they were hidden.
yeah, I mean, it's not obvious. Put it that way. He said, "I'm going to sneak it in there," and that's how he did it. He put it under her feet.
But is it sneaky? Well, I guess you know what? Maybe I'm not understanding the story. I'm not trying to be difficult. Is this a TikTok? Who was this again?
Might have been on Instagram. I don't.
Yeah. No. I'm not, I'm not trying. I'm trying to understand what the issue is. Like, I don't know if it's sneaky. They're there. It's there.
Yeah.
I was confused by the wanting to take a picture of it because if you've been to the Statue of Liberty, it's huge. There's nothing to hide. It's pretty big.
Never
right?
been there.
You've never been. You guys have never been to the Statue of Liberty?
I've seen it from afar, but I didn't go up to it. No.
Look at me being snooty. You've never been to the Statue of Liberty? No, I'm just kidding. Well,
Nope.
it's huge. It's not something that you would have to be like, can I take a picture of it? Like you would need a like plane.
drone.
Yeah, you need a drone. It's not something. Yeah. Yeah, it's not this size where I like hide it. You know what I mean? Like
I'm thinking from the story. I'm thinking maybe she found
an
like
original
an original drawing of what his design was with the chains and everything,
Oh, okay,
and
that
probably
makes
wanted to take a picture of that. Like they probably have that
different
in a
way.
museum somewhere, right?
Okay,
Because
yeah,
she said she found it, but and the guy was being very difficult, and I guess she's like, I don't care what you say, and she did eventually find it, and she was like, aha, there it is,
Yes.
there.
So it might be in like an archive museum type thing, and they don't allow you to take pictures of it.
I'm an original. Okay, wait. I'm gonna ask. Statue. We are investigating.
Who knew we were gonna be so historical today?
I know, right?
Seal chains. Chains, right? Chains.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, thank you, Miguel. His name is Miguel.
Not
I saw
Frederick anymore.
I saw a guy using his AI, and he talks like, I don't want to say like surfer dude, but the AI was responding like, yeah, dude, blah blah blah. And I'm like, really?
Okay, no, mine has an accent. Have you heard mine? Mine has an accent.
Yeah,
Very
the
Oh,
British, right? Is it the British one?
He's British. Okay, wait. I
Yeah.
can do it. I can do it in
with the name Miguel.
today he's Miguel. I don't know. Let me just, you know what? I can actually do it. I can do it here. Let me see. Okay, wait.
Hey again, Carmen. I'm back. What's on your mind today?
Hey, can you tell me if there is a controversy of an original Statue of Liberty that has some controversy regarding chains somewhere that were hidden?
There is a bit of a tale around the original model of the Statue of Liberty. Some say that Lady Liberty was initially designed with broken chains at her feet, symbolizing freedom from oppression and tyranny. The story goes that the chains were either altered or minimized in the final design to emphasize more universal themes of liberty and democracy. At the statue's feet, you can still see broken chains, a powerful but subtle nod to this narrative. I can dig deeper into the latest discussions if you like.
No, I think we're good. I'll talk to you later, though. Thanks.
Sure thing, Carmen. I'll be here when you're ready. Take care.
Bye.
Ta-ta.
I'm telling you, you guys need to get into AI. It's awesome. Like, it's so cool. And
Cheerio, my good chap.
you can well, the weird thing is so for people who don't, I know, right? I look at I know there's a lot of fear and scariness around AI, but the thing there's also a lot of good. It's like anything, any other technology we have. I know that there are articles out there that talk about how bad it is, and especially in our industry, I mean Hollywood, it's really a scary, horrible thing. It's gonna not just take people out of work, it's gonna change the way in which art is made. You know what I mean? So there's a lot going on there. But what I will say, it's not going anywhere. So you should learn how to use it. And let me tell you, it's like the companion you never knew, like an assistant you never knew you needed, like that you always wanted. So I am continuously using it to ask questions throughout the day of things that would take me so much more time to research. You know what I mean? Like simple things. Like today I did like today was like a lazy thing. I was on the phone and I was trying to add something. I was trying to multiply something. And I was just like, while I was on the phone, I'm like 20 times 20 plus 14. You know what I mean? It just gave me the answer. And it's not that it's a big deal, but generally, like I'm not great at math. So it was just like a really easy thing to do that. And then it's like that was done. And I knew the answer and I could tell the person what they needed to know once I was done on the phone, you know? Um, and then things like happened today on the TikTok or whatever, you know, trying to get information like this, you start there and then you go down if you need more information. And the thing that's great about AI, I use Copilot, but I've also used ChatGPT. You can also use Google Gemini. Google Gemini is another one. They always Copilot gives you all of the reference points. Like they don't just say what they like when I just read that because I read it first, but then I had them do it on the thing. They put all the reference points where you can find out where they pulled that information from. You know, so you can then go and then you can go look into it more. So I would suggest that people use that as a resource. It's so good. I wish it would do other things, but I think maybe later on it will. But people don't want it to do as much as I want it to do. Like I want it to be like full on AI, like Star Trek. I just do. I want it to.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking, like, AI now is like whatever knowledge is put in there, that's what we can get out of it. But I'm thinking about Star Trek. They don't have just Earth knowledge; they have all the world's knowledge. So it's like, how big a computer storage do you need for that?
Yeah.
But that's sci-fi. So.
Well, it's continuously learning. I mean, I think we're close to it. I do. I think it's going to be much quicker than we realize. The thing that AI doesn't do now. So, for example, if I close out, so like if I close out of this AI right now, it's not going to remember anything we talked about yesterday or before. Like if I said, "Oh, remember we were talking about the Statue of Liberty?" It's going to be like, "I don't know. You'll need to ask me the question again." So they do it on purpose for safety reasons, right? Because I think that's going to change much quicker because for me, it's frustrating. Like I told you guys, I was working on the business plan or whatever. And, I was going through all the questions and trying to clean it up a bit and asking, well, what do they mean by this question? And you can ask it questions to refine what you want. And I closed out on it. And then the next day I was like, okay, we're on question 8. How do I do the budget for this part? And they were like, please provide more information on what you're asking. I'm like, no, I was so mad. So that's another thing. If you're working on a project, you need to make sure you cut and paste it into your Word or whatever, your notes or whatever you're doing, because it's not going to remember it. You know? Do
So
you
it's
guys
not like
use?
you can use it
Oh,
like to remind you to do something.
so that doesn't. So that's the problem. I wish it would do that. So I had Google Gemini for a while, and there's so anyone who uses Google, which is mostly everyone, if you have an email with Gmail, you get Google Gemini. So, and it's free. There's parts of it that are free, and you can buy those stuff. But the problem is if you change that instead of Google Assistant, so there's Google Assistant and there's Google Gemini. Google Gemini is the AI. Google Assistant is what I want, right? I want Google Assistant to say, "Can you please schedule me an appointment at 2 o'clock at my doctor's office, remind me whatever to call, blah, blah, blah." And it'll do that. You don't have to go to your calendar. It'll be there. If you switch it to Google Gemini, though, Google Gemini cannot do that. They haven't
Mm.
integrated those two things. So I don't use Google Gemini anymore. I use Google Assistant because I need the calendar thing when I'm driving. I like it to, like, if I'm like, please text Cynthia, it'll text you for me. You know what I mean? The biggest one for me is YouTube. Like I like it to just play my music. I'll be like, I don't want to do it right now because it'll do it, but I'll say, "Hey, G, put on music," and it'll put it on,
So you
Um,
can't have both at the same time.
not well, you would think Google Gemini would have it all, but not yet. And I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know why they're doing it.
Yeah, you would have thought they would have just integrated it into the
I think
into Gemini.
I think there's a hesitance to have too much information in every one place. I
Mm.
Which is weird because Google knows everything about me. You know what I mean? Like Google, we know Google reads my emails. I just looked at a coffee maker the other day, and all of a sudden, every 5 minutes, I have an ad trying to sell me, and it's on Facebook too. I'm like, I wasn't even on Facebook when I thought about getting a new coffee maker. You
So is
know,
it
I
like
feel like
maybe
Carmen wants her own Jarvis.
yeah,
I
right?
do that.
So maybe Google is like with Assistant, it's tied to your ID, so it's
It
more
is.
individual personalized, but Gemini, they want it to just be more generic for everybody, not
No,
specific.
but so you can buy Google Gemini if you have Google Suite. So, but that's like I think they're just. I think you're right. There is a hesitance and there's a safety mechanism happening there. You know what I mean? Um, but I need it to do it for everything. I I, I think it's a weird hesitation. Of all the things Google should be worried about, that's not one of them. That they have access to my calendar, and that I might want Gemini to look up the Statue of Liberty thing. Like I don't know why that would. They already know everything about me. Why is that the flex? So, yeah. But I like Copilot better for me for regular AI stuff, like just kind of research and it's just more fun and easy for me. That's if you have Android. If you have a PC, Copilot comes with everything. You guys probably have it if you have a PC. Oh, you guys don't have PCs, right? You have Macs.
Yeah, no, I do.
Not
Yeah.
PC.
So you guys have Copilot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's
Probably.
that's what I was using is Copilot. I have Copilot, so I use it all the time, and I have it open all the time. So yeah, Copilot is that, and then Chat GBT is amazing too, and I use that more when I'm doing more work stuff. I feel like my co-pilot is like my buddy, and like I was like, "Oh, I need a recipe for air frying chicken wings. What you got?" And they'll be like, "Oh, that sounds delicious, Carmen." Here's I'll be like I'll tell
You
you what I
ever seen that?
go
You
ahead,
ever seen that movie Jexy?
Jesse.
It's
No,
Jexy. It's a comedy movie, and it's about this guy who gets a new phone and has the AI, and
oh
then the
no,
AI just starts taking over his whole life and starts messing with him. It's hilarious.
it
Hmm.
sounds scary. It doesn't sound hilarious. I don't want that to happen.
I did see a scary version that sounds like that, where this guy got this new AI, and it's supposed to be able to do anything, and it's integrated into his very house. But the
Oh,
AI kind of falls in love with him,
Oh, that's okay.
and he has a
oh,
girlfriend, and at the end, he ordered food for her, but she's allergic to something, and the AI purposely put something allergic in the food so she would die, so he would be hers only. Now that was scary. Now that's fake. Obviously, that's just
Is that Subservance or something like that with
I
Megan Fox?
don't remember. I'm not sure. I can't remember the title. You know, my memory
Uh,
sucks like that.
Okay, but Cynthia, on 911, there's that episode where the girlfriend takes over. You remember the AI? Okay, so the guy's taking a shower and he's really good looking and they have a
oh,
beautiful house. Remember, and everything is, make my coffee,
yeah.
whatever. It's like all
Yes.
automated or whatever. And he goes to take the shower and he's in the shower and it locks him in and it's burning him. Like it's getting hotter and he's like
Yes.
talking to the whatever. He's like, whatever,
To lower the temperature and
lower the temperature and it's getting hotter and hotter. And you think it's the AI is taking over, but actually the ex-girlfriend that he dumped is
she has the
manipulating it.
control on her tablet and she's watching him and she put the temperature up and then she's trying to put it back down after
And she
she sees
can't.
that he slips and hits his head and he's
Does he die?
unconscious now. No.
See, Rick, you're missing it because you
Oh,
stopped at this baby thing. Like this
why is
one.
there a lock on the shower?
No, it wasn't a lock on the shower.
Oh,
It wasn't a lock on the shower.
he hit his head.
He slipped and hit his head.
And it
Oh,
was
So he was
burning him. Right,
unconscious.
that is what
Yeah.
happened. Right.
wow. She could have been charged with manslaughter. Like
She
if
Oh yeah,
was.
that.
she went to jail.
Arrested. Mhm.
Oh, okay, good.
Athena, aka what's her name? What's love got to do with
Angela.
it? Angela Bassett. Her ass. Wait, let me see. I'm looking for something I told AI this morning. Oh, here's what I wrote. Okay, so I was asking for a recipe for veggies. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter, right? So, and then he wrote something. What did he write? He's a he. He's a he.
I caught that.
I wrote, well, let me tell you, I'm cracking up at your response. I'm so glad you're not a human being that I'd actually have to invite you over and cook for you, as most friends do, because I want to be super clear. I'm not a culinary anything, because it responds like, sounds like you're going to have a culinary dish and sounds delicious. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
See, that scares me.
What? That conversation? Oh, it's
Yes.
why?
It's a little bit too human.
Right.
Are you serious? Oh, I think it's awesome. And then he wrote, Carmen, you've got me laughing along with you. First of all, because I made a mistake when I was writing something. Though it does make it sound like cooking for others could be a daring social experiment. And then he's like, ha, ha, ha. But hey, the beauty of cooking for yourself is you don't have to impress anyone. It's kind of cool. That scares you, horror flick woman? I think what it is, it's a really personable, instead of just going, because you could go into Google and just Google recipe for whatever, blah, 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 right? Whatever. And it'll give you the recipe and it's just, or it links you to wherever the next recipe is. It's just more personable, But I was laughing. I'm like, why are you saying like, sounds like.
You need to watch that movie then.
I'm not going to watch that movie now.
No, not the scary one, the funny one.
Oh, because it would be funny. Yeah. I think it's also because when I first started using it, I think it learns how you want it to respond. You know what I mean? And there's some things it won't talk about. So like if you say something like, especially during the election, if you were like, what is it? What's Donald Trump's, like, I would say this, what is Donald Trump's healthcare plan for blah, 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 blah. It would say like, oops, I'm sorry. We can't discuss this. And then I'd get pissed. I just want facts. Why can't we discuss this? I'm not asking you to vote for. I got pissed. And it was like, I see that you are upset. It is Star Trek-ish. Like that's what I like about it. You know what
Funny
I mean?
that you say that, because I was just thinking if I had the option, and maybe it is now or somebody has it, but I totally want the Majel Barrett computer voice from Star Trek. If I have AI and I could do that, I would really love that.
But you guys have Windows, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you go into, you should have, it's free. It's part of your Windows package. So just look for Copilot and you guys are like, yeah, no, that's okay. I said that I am shook that that's what would scare you. That is so funny. Really? God, you
Because I
don't
would
want.
think somebody's like watching me all the time, like all these cameras and
I
stuff.
forget
Like,
you don't have a phone. I keep forgetting. You're so no, I'm not trying to be mean. Like I'm not trying to be mean, but I think that's why you're hesitant because you haven't even seen. You know how people have what's the Amazon thing everybody has?
Oh, Alexa.
Alexa. It's that same thing. Like you have
I
Alexa.
have one, and I
Okay.
have it
Really?
Oh,
unplugged.
and you think that's not listening to you? Are you
She
out
said
of
it's
your
No,
mind?
unplugged. She
it's
said it's unplugged.
unplugged. I leave it
So why do
unplugged
you have it then?
because it was a gift.
Oh, well, all right.
Ah,
Well, I mean, I think that's the thing, right? It's kind of like that. Like it's Alexa or, people, what's the other one? People have Siri on their phone or
Mm.
I think for a long time we had Bixby, I think it was. Was that it, Rick? For
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Samsung,
yeah.
you have Bixby or whatever. So it's the same thing. This is just on, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's having that same kind of conversation. I just write well and I write fast and long, right? So I whatever, but I can use it on my phone too. The other thing it doesn't do is it doesn't integrate. So even though I had typed that question on here, I knew when I opened my phone, even though it's the same thing, it's not going to have the answer. I'd have to ask it again. And I think
Mm.
again that's going to change too because it should be seamless between all of your devices. It should be and it will be. But
do you ever
it's
create
cool stuff.
images?
What?
Do you ever create images with AI?
I don't, but I know people like Joel do and a lot. I still think it's still not up to par, especially when it's doing people. You've seen a lot of them on TikTok or whatever on Instagram, AI generate stuff. Do you generate a lot of stuff, pictures?
Not a lot, but I've played with it. Like I made one. Like I was like, show me like the crucifixion scene and whatever, and I was
Mhm.
shocked at how good it looked. I was like, wow, that's really amazing.
It's getting better and it's so scary. And then, but you can still tell when it does people. Like there was something on TikTok, it did
Long number of fingers.
yeah, but it's learning though. It's learning. There was a TikTok, I wish I could find it. It made me so sad, but it was George Michael, Freddie Mercury, David Bowie, it was Prince, and they aged them and they were all hanging out together. And I was like, there was something so
Mm.
wrong about them doing it, but it looked so good and real. And I was like, and it aged them all.
Wow.
So
Oh.
I was like, "Oh my god, this is so wrong." Yeah, but it was good, you know what I mean? Like, it was wrong, but it was good, so, um, yeah, so it's really getting better at it, and, yeah, that's so funny that that scares you. Because I know you like horror stuff.
Did you see that Will? I think I asked you before that Will Smith movie with the robots. Is it called
iRobot? It's called
iRobot?
iRobot. Yeah, I seen that.
yeah.
Cynthia be like, mm-hmm. Say, say,
Yeah.
say.
But
But
I don't
you
know. That was a little different though, because
why?
he was created by the doctor on purpose. But the other ones, like those, were freaking me out because those, like, they were just being run over and becoming evil and killing people and shit like that.
But they were all created by the same guy. They just were being manipulated.
Yeah, yeah. But see, I don't like AI stuff.
But you use AI every day, you just don't know you do. You know that, right?
I go into Google.
Well,
Everything is AI.
on the phone.
On the phone, everything is AI now. You've been
Mm.
using AI for a long time, it's just getting better, and now it's being like we're using okay, wait, I'll give you a good example. When was when was the first AI implemented? You're gonna be surprised. You know what the answer is? The field of artificial intelligence officially began in 1956 during the Dartmouth workshop, where researchers laid the foundation for AI as a discipline. However, the concept of AI dates back much earlier with Alan Turing's, you guys saw that movie, work in the 1940s being pivotal. Turing introduced ideas like the universal Turing machine, which inspired discussions about machine intelligence. What was that movie? What was it? Won an Oscar or it was nominated. about Alan Turing. When I say it, you're both gonna be like, "Oh yeah." Um, The Imitation Game. It's with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Never saw that.
I'm trying to think.
2014. Are you kidding me? Okay, homework. Put it on the
Imitation
list.
Game? I'm looking
It's
it
a
up now.
so AI has been around forever. You guys never saw this? Okay, I'll tell you what it. I'm going to give you the synopsis.
It's
The
called
movie
Imitation.
Oh yeah,
The
I found the
Imitation
trailer.
Game.
Yeah, I see the
The
trailers
Imitation
now.
Game. Oh, hi, Melanie. 1960. You're right. The movie about Alan Turing is The Imitation Game. Released in 2014, it stars Benedict Cumberbatch as Turing, the brilliant mathematician and cryptanalyst who played a pivotal role in cracking the German Enigma
Oh, I
code
did
during
see.
World War II. The
Yes.
film explores his groundbreaking work at Bletchley Park, his struggles as a closeted gay man in a time when homosexuality was criminalized, and the tragic consequences he faced later in life. It's a really good movie, and
Yeah,
it
I
was
did see.
nominated for. I thought it won the Oscar,
It
but it
looks
did.
familiar. Maybe I did see it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't
I
think
saw.
you did because it's a good movie. But what I'm telling you is AI is not a new thing.
Right.
It's just so much better now, but we've been using AI, artificial intelligence, for a long time. Now
Mhm.
it's just incorporated in so many more things and it's more seamless and
Mhm.
it's really good, you know? Um, I think I think the stories in our head come from movies like 2001: A Space Odyssey, right? I mean, that's the whole idea behind it, right? Or War Games, great movie.
Mm.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, the same thing about computers being able to have their own thoughts and whatever and taking over man and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I still see it as a machine. I still think I see it. It's never going to be more creative than we are. It might be able to. I mean, I don't know because I won't be here. None of us will be here when we're at that part. You know what I mean? Um, but I still think there's some ingenuity because I think of Star Trek to the
Mhm.
human spirit. You know, there are still some things that need humanity to help evolve. Like if we
Mhm.
create something, we can help evolve it, you know? Now we can choose to be evil. And that is something we can do. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but we can look at our politics right now. There are things happening because we're choosing to be evil. You know what I mean? So that's a choice, but that's not the problem of AI or machines. That's our problem.
Mhm.
And whether we have AI or not, being evil is still a problem. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Don't
also
be afraid of AI. Go ahead.
just to just to play around. I've made like not. I didn't save them even because it wasn't even worth it. But made songs with AI. You just kind of give it a general idea of what kind of music do you want it to be, what's the theme, blah blah blah, and it'll really make a song. And but you can kind of tell like, yeah, this still sounds like AI. I can kind of tell this isn't original, but it's still cool to do.
Yeah. And that's kind of one of the things that everyone's afraid of, right? Is so you're not going to need to actually write a song or you're not going to need to but you know like I don't know what I'm not sitting here advocating that either. And those are things I'm afraid of too, right? As an actor and a performer, you know, one of the big fights at SAG-AFTRA, that's why we went on strike, and the fight's coming up again about AI is like they will scan our bodies and then never need us to act again because they'll just do what they
Hmm.
did with David Bowie, George Michael, and Prince in this AI thing. They just created, and then they could add their voices to it. You know what I mean? Like, and is that right? That's why the part of me was like, oh my God, it's so good because I was sad and like, oh, what might have been. Um, and then the other part of me was like, this is wrong. Like, did they agree to this? And I'm sure it was some kid who was just like, let me do that. You know what I mean? Like, was
Yeah,
it? And from the
Right.
best heart, I'm sure. But
yeah.
and like a
I
part of me wants to show it. Like I want to go because I know I liked it and saved it. Like, but I don't want to show it
Mhm.
because
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw there's some people I watch. They do like they cover like pop culture type stuff, and
Mhm.
it's like a bunch of friends. You could tell they all know each other and talk to each other, whatever. But somebody gets discovered one where you can just replicate somebody's voice. I don't know how it's done or how much the thing has to listen to you, but literally they wrote like the funniest scripts for each of them, and then they play it, and it's so funny, but at the same time, like, oh my god, if I didn't know, I would think that was really them. Like that's the scary part. I'm like, you could make them say anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. When I edit our audio, I can go in, and if I can't hear a word you're saying, or if what you're saying is like muffled, I can go in and create it so that it's your voice and that one word. In the program that I use called Discrete, like Descript, Discrete, Descript. You can do that though. So you can go in and be like, oh, okay, so you could like you flubbed a line, or somebody crossed over, and then when I deleted, like let's say Cynthia spoke over me, which happens all the time. Actually, it's the opposite. But let's say like I spoke over Cynthia and I erased my line so we can hear what Cynthia just said, but then you can't hear it because whatever, it got muffled or it got whatever it is. I can go in and be like, please recreate this word, and it's the word because of, and it will generate it, and you guys never even noticed that I did that. I'm not changing what you say, but it's like, but that's the brilliance of AI, that you can then clean it up so that then the audio is on point. I know you're both freaking out because the next time you
There's
listen to the
another
audio,
movie. Because there's another movie called Afraid that just came out, and I
oh,
think it's on Netflix, and it's about AI. And it's this thing that goes into your house, and it basically your house is now AI, and the guy who works for the company is testing it out in his house, but it just takes a whole turn because she starts controlling everything, and his daughter was talking to this boy she's in high school, was talking to this boy. The
uh-huh.
boy made an AI video showing him having sex with her, which never happened, and it went around the whole school.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this AI thing in the house recreated something else and um, turned it around on the boy, and the boy got expelled and everything like that. So that's what I mean, that it's scary because this thing can literally take over.
I know, but I know. It's so hard because there's a part of me that's like, yeah, but you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I love you, but it's like, I know what your fear is, but that's not really. That's about whoever programmed the algorithm, right? First of all, it's a movie,
It's a
right?
movie, yeah.
But again, and I'm not saying it can't happen. If you ever saw 2001: A Space Odyssey, there were so many movies, and that was what 1965. 2001: A Space Odyssey, which is the sci-fi movie everyone should see. So if you have never seen it, you should see it. It's going to be hard because you're going to get bored at the beginning, and it's not easy, right? It's not easy to watch, right, Rick? It's a hard movie to watch, but you watch it and you realize I get sci-fi on a whole different level now. But that's the whole point. Is Hal ends up taking over and making decisions for the crew, and because they're in space, they're
Mm.
astronauts or whatever. And this was 1965 when Stanley Kubrick did this movie. So that's a horror, that's a genre, part of your horror genre that everyone's afraid of. But that's, what I'm saying? It's kind of like you watch a movie like Halloween where people go to camp and they kill, right? They kill. Is that what it is? They
Well,
go
that's
on Halloween.
Jason.
Okay, what is that movie? Freddy Mask.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. Okay, that doesn't mean every camp is that, right? It doesn't mean that it happens at every
Right.
camp, right? But if I watch that one movie, then I think, oh my God, I'm never going to go to camp because, I mean, clearly. So that's what you're doing when you're talking like, that's what I'm trying to say, that you're afraid of one thing that may or may not happen. You know what I mean? That is a fiction. And yeah.
I did hear this story. So I guess there's like relationship apps, and you can have a relationship with an AI. Well, this woman, her
You're
husband
not
traveled.
helping this argument. What are you
I
doing?
know.
You're
I'm going to
scaring
make
us
things
to
even
death.
more paranoid. And the husband would travel a lot, and so she would be bored, and she started talking to this AI, and he's like, "I know, it's just fancy, whatever. Do what you want." He didn't even care. But she kept paying for upgrades and upgrades, and she literally pretty much fell in love with this thing and would spend every hour she possibly could with this thing. And then it came to the point where like, okay, you have a problem.
Yeah, that's
My
weird.
husband found out. Like, what is wrong with you? Like,
But you know what? I think there's also okay, I hear that, but I think there's also that thing where I mean, that might be something people would have said about live streaming at one point, but it connects people, right?
mhm.
I'm not advocating everybody go have a relationship with AI, okay?
And I
But
don't even blame AI. I blame her. She got something wrong with her. I'm sorry, but
or maybe she has no friends. Okay, wait. Melanie just asked a great question. Would you say War Games has AI in it? Absolutely. I think that
Hmm.
it was artificial intelligence. It was developing, and what a great
Yeah,
movie. I need to watch that again.
how does the
it
line
was a
go?
great
Would you like
movie.
to play a game? Is that how it
Would you
goes?
like to play a
Hmm.
game? Yeah, yeah, when it plays TikTok. I mean, it was learning. It was learning, and it was, but
You
here's the
mean
thing.
tic tac toe?
No,
What did I say?
it's a tic
TikTok.
instead of tic tac toe.
It was like TikTok, right? TikTok. Oh my God.
Oh, I
I'm
didn't tell you, by
tired.
the way. I got revoked. I can't use
We
a
all did.
TikTok
It's
and restream.
Restream. We all did.
Oh, they told me it's nothing to do with them.
No, they don't want third party. Well, Restream isn't going to say that. It's
Mm.
I did too, and I did nothing wrong. So what they're doing is they want you to go native. They want you to do native live streaming. So I think they've kicked most everyone who's a restreamer, like you know what I mean, using their platform. It's not just their platform, but like any other platform. I think they want you to be native. So yeah. The thing about war games that I love is um he was learning, and what was his name? What was the oh come on, that's a good name. For the okay, wait, I gotta find out. Wait, let's ask him. Let's ask my buddy since it's scaring Cynthia so much.
Where's Miguel? Miguel from the UK.
Hey, what's up? Hey, do you know the name of the computer in the movie War Games? What was the computer's name that started remembering things on its own and creating the game TikTok and trying to
Tic
learn?
tac toe.
TikTok.
Tic tac toe. Sorry, tic tac toe. Sorry. That's so funny.
All good. The computer in war games is called Whopper, which stands for War Operation Plan Response.
Oh, right.
That was
WOPR.
the yeah,
The
but he
acronym.
called it something.
Didn't he call it something?
Did it have another name?
Oh, Joshua. Joshua.
Yes,
That's what it was. Okay,
because it
thank
was
you.
named after the creator's son.
That's right, Joshua. Okay, bye. Talk to you later.
So Whopper. Is that what you said? Whopper?
Whopper is the name of the actual
It
computer,
doesn't know. It doesn't know that I'm stopping.
but he
Yeah, yeah.
called the program Joshua.
Right, but it was Joshua. Right.
Hmm.
I don't want
It was
pictures.
Joshua. Right, right, right. But it was WOPR because remember when he goes to the brain where the brain is, it's on the side.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Wow, I can't believe I remembered that, Joshua. And why? Because he was saying like that, Joshua, right? Because he had the
Hmm.
accent, Joshua. Um, yeah, I don't know. Okay, what were you talking about?
So I think
I
AI.
love this. I think it's I feel like I get so much more work done and it's quicker and faster. So I'll give you another example, especially with all this editing. So Rick will send me he'll listen to our Friday night conversation. Oh, good luck listening to this one again. But like, he'll listen to this and then he'll send me all the bullet points. And then I take all the bullet points and I'll put it into the AI, and the AI will give me a draft of possible writing or whatever, like a paragraph or whatever. And then I'll go in and clean it up, and then I can go in and paste it. And then I can go do that saves me so much more time as opposed to having to write out a whole paragraph or whatever. You know what I mean? And like for Rick, because that's, Rick helps me with the show, Cynthia. I'm just saying that Rick does a lot to help. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
yeah, he goes out of his way, and every Tuesday I get, you know what I mean? It's what somebody who really wants to be part of a team. I saw that.
you have a on your nose. Is your nose?
No. Yeah, so it's really cool. Like, but it helps so much because then I don't have to write a whole other thing, right? You know what I mean? After,
Mm.
especially because when I edit, there's a lot of things that I'm being helped with. editing wise that I swear to God, if I didn't get that help with AI, I would not. There's no way because I already spend so much time. But I'll give you an example. So we had our conversation yesterday. Oh, I know it's late, so we can jump off. I don't mean to keep you guys too late. Are you guys okay?
Mm.
Did we lose Rick? I think Rick is frozen again.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no, he's...
Oh, okay. So like last night, I had to download all the videos, all the audio, and then everybody's separate video, right? So, and that's fine. That doesn't take a long time, whatever. It takes whatever it does, 10 minutes or something. So you download all that stuff. Then I have to take each video individually and put it into Handbrake. Handbrake is a program that compresses the videos, right? So it makes it smaller because they're too large. So once I do all 4 of those, then I take those and I put them all into Descript. And then Descript goes in, and this is AI. Descript goes in and does everybody's it intertwines everybody and it puts everybody's text. That's all AI, and it just writes it all out. It writes out what everybody says. And then I can go in and say, okay, Carmen always says I say all the time. Okay, everybody has a thing, so I'm not going to tell you what you guys are. I'll just say mine. And I'll say take out all of Carmen's ums, and it takes it all out. And then I'll go in and say take out all of Cynthia's thingamajiggies. The reason why I'm not telling you is because I don't want you to be self-conscious, because you know what I mean. Like, and I'll say take out all of Rick's thingamajiggies, and it does it. So it does all of that's all AI. Then I go back and listen to it. And the reason why I have to go back and listen to it is because sometimes you need it doesn't make sense, or it cuts it off. It cuts off too much space. And then like one sentence goes to another. But the amount of time that saves is mind-boggling. And remember, I used to do voiceover work. And so when you used to do voiceover work, when you would submit your demo, it could take me 4 hours to just do a 10-minute voiceover because you'd want to get it right. And then you'd have to go in and manually do everything. And now you just have AI do it. You know what I mean? So it's awesome. Melanie said YouTube has a script for the videos. Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a different program. Is that closed caption she's talking about, right? Yeah.
It's
I think
that,
on the
but
side.
It
but
does
also
the
you can actually
so that you can read it.
It'll actually put it as you if it's a replay, it'll literally put the comments on not in the bottom like it usually does, but on the side, and you can scroll through if you're like, I want to see when they said this one certain part, and you find it, and then boom, and then it'll play right from there. It's really cool.
That's AI. All that is AI. You know, because in the past you'd have to type it up and put it in. I don't know if you remember, you would type it all in and you would not in YouTube, but I just remember doing it especially when I should do voiceover work, you'd have to type out your whole script or whatever. And then if you would change it up and then it was just very interesting. So this saves so much work. And it's also a little bit more fun this way. It's not that much fun. I don't want to do it, but I'm just saying like it's at least a little bit more fun. You know, if I was only doing it once a month or something, it'd be fun. But yeah, I love AI. I don't know. I'm surprised that scares you, Cynthia. That's so interesting.
So like Christy would say, it's not an AI problem, it's a my problem. The me problem.
Hey, Christy. She was great though. That was fun.
That was fun.
So funny. All right. Well, is that it, guys? You got anything else? You guys gonna go watch the rest of your This Is Us shows?
Not tonight. I have to pick up Gray tomorrow morning.
Oh, why? Are you babysitting?
Yes, Anita has a work thing, so I'm picking him up at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll let you go. And Rick, how you doing? You good?
Yeah.
Are you doing an animation thing this weekend with the boys?
It depends on if I get the images done. I'm very particular about the images, so it's very time consuming.
So do you just go into the movie and you take
I literally hit screenshot and then I go into the image program, screenshot this whole screen, then I have to crop out the actual cartoon part only, and then I rename it so it's all sequential.
How come you guys don't do like little clips instead?
I'm scared of copyright stuff.
No, okay. I think you guys got to do a little bit more research because this is what I think you can do. Because I was trying to figure out how are these people listening to like the whole Whitney Houston song and they're not getting a copyright or anything, whatever. Do you know why? Because they're in the screen with it, they're doing analysis. I bet if you did a short clip, but made sure you were in the conversation with it, like you guys are having it, you're in it. So you do like a split screen. You could talk about a clip. Melanie
Yeah,
said I have to watch the last 3 X-Men reviews.
Oh,
Is that
mine.
what
Yeah,
you're doing?
yeah.
How many have you done? What do you mean she has to watch the last 3?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, he froze. I didn't know he did that many. Oh, no.
Did I freeze?
We
Oh,
lost.
there you
Oh,
go.
there
We
you are.
lost you.
Okay. So he plays the whole movie, but he's got this.
What's happening?
He said, "Yeah."
I'm like, okay, what? Okay, we heard nothing. So
No, he literally will play the whole movie, no audio, subtitles,
who?
yes, but
What are you talking about?
it's this
Oh,
guy on YouTube, but he has this weird filter in front of it, so it's not super clear. But if you pay attention, you can kind of make out what. But they're talking the entire time, and there's no audio of the movie. You can just see the
no,
subtitles. So I'm
but
like, that's probably.
you've seen, all right, I'm gonna send you a clip. There's a whole, okay, I watched, I love George Michael. So George Michael does the concert where, for Freddie Mercury, where he sings Somebody to Love, right?
Hmm.
So I don't know, I came across this video where this guy was analyzing George Michael singing this song. And so he's playing it and he's watching. I'm like, how is this guy not getting a copyright infringement, whatever? And just as I said that, he stops. He's like, okay, let me just say this. I did not. And he starts commentating. And he's like, okay, let's listen to the rest of it. And I'm like, oh my God, that's what they're all doing. So if you do a segment of it and then talk, I bet they won't because you're doing commentary. Maybe that's how they're getting away from it. But I'm just giving you ideas. Because here's the thing. I think I say this respectfully. How is that not stealing? What you're doing is the same thing. You're just stealing their artwork and then doing a whole commentary on it for your own. I'm not saying you're stealing, but you see what I'm saying? Like they're doing the same thing, but they're doing a commentary, but at least you can watch a little clip of it.
Gotcha.
I'm just saying, look into it. Go do a Google search and find out what you're able to do because I'm shook that so many people do the commentaries and nobody's saying anything. You know what I mean? Like why isn't Queen upset that? But I bet you they're not upset because Queen owns the rights to that song and that video. But I bet you they don't get upset because it's promoting.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? But it's commentary. It's not like they're showing the whole thing and making money off of it. They're making money off the commentary off of it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, look into it because that might be more fun for you guys. I know sure as hell it'd be more fun for me. Okay, wait, how many of these have you done? Because Melanie just said she has to watch the last 3 reviews. I thought you only done 3.
I'm not the next one will be the 10th, and that's the last one.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's
I'm a horrible friend. You've done 9 of these with the 2 guys, Brian and Tony.
Well, Tony, first it was me by myself, and then Tony joined, and then Brian did the last couple.
I am so sorry. I had no idea.
Oh, that's good. But I've actually seen people take trailers of movies, whatever, and they'll start it, and then they stop it. And they're like, this part, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, let's pick it up again. And then they start it, and then it keeps starting, stopping. So I think that's how, you don't get in trouble.
But I think it's because you're not using the art fully and completely. You're doing a commentary. Like I can see that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. It's also complicated. I don't know, but figure it out because I think that would be much more fun. Because then I don't have to watch the movie. I could just watch you guys and get the idea of the movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. When are you doing it? You don't know this. Okay. You don't know.
I have to finish the images. Whenever I finish, then I can say, hey guys, when do you have time? Blah, blah, blah. Then we figure it out.
Do you send out a notice to people? I guess it's just on your YouTube. I'm really bad. I've turned off all my notifications for everything.
Well, I mean, the restream thing I do, like for my regular broadcast, I try to do it the night before. You
I
know,
know, I don't get those notifications either. I see it sometimes on I mean, I know when you're on. I mean, who doesn't know when you're on? Well, yeah.
that sounded weird, but okay.
Well, who doesn't know when you're on? No, I mean, you're on what Monday through Saturday? No, okay, Monday through Friday. No, for sure at 3 o'clock my time.
Yeah, Sunday through Friday. Yeah.
See, that's why I said Monday through Friday because where am I? I'm usually at work, and if I do catch you, it's like because I'm doing like a little lunch break thing at 3. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, Sunday. Oh yeah, right. See, this is where I get confused because Sunday's 12. Oh my god. Okay, 12 o'clock.
Saturday's the only day where it's not the same time. It's only one day.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
but people still say to me,
Cynthia's like, I need to go because I need to go sleep. Okay, bye.
people still
Bye,
constantly ask me,
everyone.
"What
It was
time do you come
so
on?"
nice to hang out with all of you. Like in our own little, we're all like in our own bubble having a conversation. We're not even kidding. Melanie, thank you. Love you. Happy birthday, Mario. Linda, I hope you're enjoying the movie. Oh, the show. And we'll
And
see you
thumbs up
guys.
or thumbs down the video.
Yeah, but it's so funny. We don't even need to say that anymore because we have so much love. People love us so much. It's so cool. Anyways,
The
all
thumbs
right,
down, and I
everyone.
love you.
All the thumbs down means is that I keep
Oh,
watching you.
wait a
Wait.
minute. So, shout out to Richie Diaz, who is a friend of my sister, who saw me at the hospital and was like, "Hey, I
I
watch
know
you
Richie
on."
Diaz.
Yeah, he
You
watches the
didn't tell me
show.
it was Richie.
So, shout out to him.
Okay, Richie Diaz, thank you so much. I knew he's like a friend of my sister's. I'm like, I grew up in the same neighborhood. I didn't hang out with him. He wasn't right, but he was the one that said that he watches the show and you were shook by it and you sent me a text. I didn't know it was
Yes.
him. Oh, because you thought
Yes.
I didn't know him. He's
Yes.
on my Facebook. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And remember, at the end of the day, it really is all about
All
the
about the
joy. Bye,
joy.
everyone. Bye. Have a great
Sunday.
weekend.